Crash Report is intended for mature audiences only. If you are going to act like a baby, please turn this podcast off right now.
Hello and welcome to an all new, all live, all in the same damn room Crash Report.
Holy shit. So the virus is over. We finally
The virus is over.
It. We all worked
finally
together.
Did the thing.
Communicated.
And I am going to do a little bit of work on this.
I'm thankful for...
Jesus Christ, why is that font so tiny?
I'm glad that
28's probably too big.
Cuomo came around. He said the CDC, we don't trust the CDC. It's propaganda. So
No.
that's why we're in here together with no masks.
Yeah.
Because the CDC it's all propaganda.
Oh, it's all propaganda these days. I mean, don't get me started on what's that really derogatory term that that people call him? I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah. It's food-based, I think.
So and if I can get an F in the chat from anybody to let me know that I didn't just break the chat. Tonight we have a special live call-in show. That's right. We are trying this for the first time. That's why we are all in the same room, is to take calls live on air.
Oh my God.
And if Andrew was leaning any further to the left,
It's sucking me out.
he's trying so hard not to have his foot rub against Austin.
Yeah.
That's right.
Or have Austin's foot
We had
rub
a real
against him.
close call.
We accidentally bumped into each
Thank
other
you.
earlier.
Thank you for the thank you for the chat super chat. Oh, and thank you Steph for the super chat.
Is that a sound effect?
Yeah, boy.
We got new and improved
What's
sound
that from?
effects.
That's from you.
I know it's
That's
from
you,
me.
man.
What was I doing?
You were just being a real
Oh,
meme lord.
I remember. Yeah, it's one from one of our OG promos from the
So,
No-No Zone.
We got
No, it's
the
not.
board is
No?
back,
Nope.
everyone.
Yeah, the sound effects board is back. And yeah, so the number to call is 518-310-6632. It's there at the top of the screen.
Now, that doesn't have too much of a ring to it, Matt. That just sounds like it's a regular like phone number. Is there a different way we could portray that?
Yeah, it'd be great if our listeners could
Get in frame.
could get in frame, but if we could call upon you, our live audience, to figure out that 6632. We want to go 518, call us at 310. Fuck. You know,
Yeah.
Well, what about a 7-letter thing with
Well,
310?
Andrew pointed out that 310 there's no letters associated with 3 and 0 or with 1 and 0.
1 and
Oh.
0. You have the plus sign with the 0, but 1 does not have any official
Okay.
letters on it.
Yeah,
It's
so
all
that didn't
unofficial
quite
letters.
work.
So yeah, if you guys come up with anything, you throw them in your word generators or something like that. That'd be really cool.
And
if we don't get any, if we don't get any calls.
310. Fuck. I like
And
that one.
I'm
We'll just
gonna-
change the number.
and I'm bringing the phone number here. It's at the bottom of the screen. And I'm gonna and I'm sorry if you're listening at home right now. You're on your morning drive. You're Ryan P. Hayden. You're listening at your desk or whatever
That's
you
right.
do.
You're driving.
Instead of work.
You're driving to the
Uh,
desert.
Colin.
I know the
For
beginning
some
of the
reason.
show is a little bit boring right now. We're just doing a little bit of
We're-
maintenance to make
yeah,
sure.
We figured it
It's
out.
our
Working the
first time doing
graphics.
this.
This is our first time ever doing a show.
First time ever doing a show.
So
Hey,
we're just having fun.
hey, I feel like we're gonna eventually cover serious topics like maybe crime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we are. I see there's a thing up there on the show.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
we
wow.
are getting our first call.
We have our first incoming call. Should I say the phone number out loud?
No.
Say their last name and social.
Hi, you're live on the crash line.
Hey, this is Kevin Creeper Pants.
Oh my, it's Kevin Creeper Pants.
Hey.
Repeat caller from last week.
How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great. And what's on your mind this evening, Kevin?
Just loving Andrew's pretty long hair.
Thank you. I grew it myself.
I gotta do something.
You got to do something.
All right. We're gonna let you get back to whatever you're doing there. We're gonna end this call.
That was
How
nice.
was the call quality, Matt? Can you rate it?
I'm not gonna rate it right now, but I feel like Kevin's having an intimate moment thinking about Andrew's nice long hair. But
Yeah,
hey,
nice
before we
hair,
get into the
Andrew.
show,
Hey.
big time into the show, I like to ask you guys, how was your week?
Oh, I had a good week. I got to play music I got to play
For
music.
fun?
I'm not going to say much
I got to
more
play
than that.
music. I got to play music with you.
You did too, didn't you?
Yeah.
We played together safely.
I forgot my kick drum pedal, and I had to turn my bass drum onto its side and play it like a floor tom.
Hey, made,
And that worked
made
out
good
fine.
use of
Did
it.
you
We
just
were,
stomp on it with your foot?
No, I told you I just did.
Well, it'd be funnier
right
if you did
through
what
the
I
skin.
said.
We
Well,
were.
it'd be funnier if you listen to what I said.
Here we go. Couples counseling. Anyway, we were a couple of violent femmes.
Oh
out there,
my God, trust
you and
me.
I. But
A
it
little
was
Gordon
a good time.
Gano over here. Gordon Guano.
Gordon Guano drinking some red wine.
Hey, I didn't have any wine.
That's right. You just had pure H2O.
I did have a beer, so I will say that I normally am a big casual drinker, but recently I've just felt like I'm too old to casually drink. Like my body is just rejecting it.
I think that'll change. You'll get older, and it'll be great again.
Is the progression of that a serious like career drinker?
Make drinking great again.
Yeah.
And
MDMA.
And hey, thanks to Ron Bushy for liking the stream. Yeah, so I just felt like I couldn't handle it anymore, which was strange. And I did have a beer at the show, and
Was it a little pumpkin your favorite?
no, it was the Rock Eater IPA from Oval Craft Brewing here. It's a local brew.
Oval
All
Office.
A little too hoppy for me.
A little too hoppy. Easy to
A little
do.
too hoppy.
I've noticed if I don't drink hoppy stuff and come back to it, I don't like it as much. I think you got to get used to it. Maybe that's just me.
It was only maybe 4 days, 5 or 6 days removed from having a hoppy beer.
Oh.
I think it's more just that particular brew. I haven't loved anything from Oval. I'm just gonna say it.
All
I'm
right,
sorry,
well.
guys.
Wow. Hey, speaking of beverages, at the request of, or at
At the request of
not the request, at the, what's the word I'm fucking looking for?
today, Junior.
Do not question it.
Austin Petroshoon here was telling me some lies earlier.
Yeah, I was
today.
lying to you.
Austin was
I
lying. to
usually
me.
do, though.
Austin was he told me that one of my potentially favorite boozy beverages was available at the beer cave, and I didn't quite find it there, Austin.
Oh, yeah?
I went in there. I went to the beer cave. I went inside. I froze my little nips off,
Right.
and they didn't even have the thing that you
Are you
said.
talking about Barks Beer Cave?
Is that what it's called?
Barks.
Barks root beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But is that
the
what
one.
you're talking about?
Oh.
No, it's the beer cave at the fucking place called Good Guys. It's a gas
Well,
station.
there's Bart's Beer Cave.
I don't think I've been to that one.
Oh.
At least not much.
Do
but
they actually call
I
it the beer
recommended
cave, or are you
Good
talking
Guys.
that like cooler that seems like it has like a weird, like fake rock over the outside of it, like
Oh,
a
I've
fake
seen
rock
that.
wall? Is that what you're talking about?
If that's what it is, then I didn't see that.
Are you just calling it a beer cave?
That's what it was referred to me.
Oh,
I think I called it a beer cave. I
Oh.
thought that's just what they called those.
oh, there is
big
there is
coolers.
the official beer cave. But
Okay,
so
anyway,
this was an
so your
Andrew's
week was you went out to get a
discovering-
beer and it wasn't there.
This
Yeah,
was
because I told him that there was a thing. Andrew's discovering that when there's a global catastrophe for 6 months, certain things are out of stock because people buy them up.
Usually you have good information, Austin. What I'm actually discovering is that you're a dirty liar.
I'm not going to say that's not true either. You keep bringing that up, and I keep not denying it.
I feel like Andrew is too big for this camera. You're just like lurching towards the screen. All right. Normally I play a little bit of a the other thing I'm realizing I don't like about this current chat box thing is that I
Yeah.
can't read anybody's goddamn name.
Damn names. Yeah, change the color.
Font settings,
Purple.
You're like a nice-
source,
you're like a nice
visual settings.
Purple on black.
I
It's
can't
trendy.
I can't change the color.
Weird. What's the
What?
background color mean?
Background color is nothing. It's just a preview.
Oh, okay.
They shouldn't
Well.
all be the same color though.
Okay, well they
I
are.
squint,
Do
I
you
can
want to
see it.
do you want to call Streamlabs customer service
Yeah,
and
I'll call
Let's
them
do it.
up.
Let's have them call
I'm gonna talk
the
to
crash line.
John Streamlabs.
All right. Well,
And-
normally we do get into a bit of a news theme. And Andrew, that is how your week went. You went to find a beer and it wasn't there.
I did that this morning, Matt.
And can you tell me, just to wrap this up, what was the beer you were looking for?
It was the Afterglow. It wasn't even a beer. It was the Afterglow Kombucha by Aquavite Tea. It's
Good
a
stuff.
alcoholic kombucha.
Good stuff.
Oh, I thought they
wish you
don't
could
sell
try
that
it.
in New York.
That was, I think, what you told me.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, and I found it there. Apparently, you could locate the
You
brew.
found it there, or you saw a listing online that said it was there?
I can't remember exactly. I think it was that. I think
Oh,
I
'cause
went to their site.
Anytime I've ever gone to a site and found a product listing, like we
Yes.
carry it in these stores. It's never been right, and
I've had that work out a lot.
I've never, and also have gone out of my way to go to places and say, hey, I see you have my store listed as a supplier. We haven't done business in 5 years. Would you remove
okay.
us because people are saying you have our shit and we have your shit and we don't.
We don't. They're disappointed.
Because I've had that be so successful.
So it might be the hard kombucha, but what about they also do like a vodka?
They do.
They do.
They do
I did
spirits.
not know that.
The alcohol that they distill out of the kombucha, they catch by hand and repackage it into vodka. Yeah, it's
Like,
very
they
disgusting.
siphon it. Their mouths.
Fortunately, the alcohol is 99% it's 99%
That's
al.
true. It actually acts as a vaccine.
Yeah,
All right. Well, anyway, hey,
Much
let's. Oh, I'm sorry.
much like injecting yourself with detergents, it acts as a vaccine.
Yes.
Hey, a timely joke.
Yeah, boy.
Andrew, shut
That's
up.
the only one I'm going to use from now on.
Hey,
It's
let's.
a new era.
It just sounds like
and
I'm saying it
I don't
live.
have my soundboard set up right now. I'm a little underprepared. Can I get a?
I thought you said you were so prepared.
I have my.
I said I'm
soundboard.
so prepared that I feel like I'm missing something.
Okay.
And
That
what I'm
was
missing
at least one of
is
the things.
yes.
Okay.
Can you give me a sound effect to introduce the crime report?
Me.
Yeah, usually you're so
You-
hot on the sound stuff.
You just said you have a sound effect.
Oh,
Or-
okay. Here's the crime report. It's time for the crime report.
Wow, and I'm gonna cut that off there. All right, Dick in Son man arrested on numerous charges over 2 days. Where is Waverly?
Are you looking it up? I
I'm
see
looking
you
it up,
but-
Wayfair. Ooh.
I don't know. Ooh, no. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know there's a lot of
I've
wizards there.
never heard of Waverly.
How far
and,
it is?
and of
20
course, it
hours away.
defaulted to Waverly, Nebraska.
Wow.
Can you look up-
Why don't we have more relevant local
Waverly, New
news?
York is 5 hours away. Why is this listed as local news?
Press Republican.
Where is
regional.
where is
That's
Dickinson?
unimpeachable? If you ask me.
Maybe that's the guy's last name that was arrested.
No. Where is Dickinson, New York? How far away you guys think that is?
7 hours.
3.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Ooh.
So
I still went over.
a Dickinson man was arrested on a slew of charges related to domestic disputes over the course of August 22nd and 23rd. There was a verbal argument between the victim and Travis J. Martin, age 26, of Dickinson, and Martin was asked to leave the residence by the homeowner.
He wasn't
Martin
wearing
left,
a mask.
and while he was outside, he proceeded to shout profanities and abusive language while in the middle of the street, yelling for the victim to come outside. He was placed under arrest for disorderly conduct. Later that night, just before midnight, they responded to a 911 hang-up at a residence on St. Anne in the town of Waverly. Apparently, Martin had allegedly entered the residence through a window, grabbed a female victim by the hair, and forced the victim from the residence against her will before leaving the scene to go to their shared residence on Cemetery Street in the town of Dickinson. They're later located at that Cemetery Street residence. The victim did not require medical attention. So he was arrested on a bunch of charges. So he was arrested, or was he arrested the first time? No. He was just asked to leave, but then later that day, he broke into a window, grabbed a woman by her hair, and dragged her out of the house she was trying to hide out at. He was also found in possession of a glass smoking device containing cocaine residue. And can I get a quippy joke about this?
No more. Just that.
Let's say that's where we end it for now. And cue the Jeopardy theme while Austin thinks.
No, I really can't crack a joke about that.
Hey, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And that's a joke about the glass smoking device that was found. Also in crime. What else do we have in crime here? I'm looking at the what's it called? The police log?
Blotter.
The blotter.
They call it the log.
God dang it, blotter.
God damn it, Blotter. If I have to look up another crime, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Peggy, this isn't weed.
God damn, Peg. If I have to do more crime,
Bobby?
Bobby,
If I have to do more,
Is that a
God.
crack pipe?
I'm gonna break into.
Bull.
I'm gonna break into that house and yank you out by the hair.
There's our quips. Now we got some.
All right. State police charged adjusted charge against a Vermont woman in a domestic dispute case from July. I don't think that people's domestic dispute and domestic violence charges should be in the news. Am I wrong?
I think that's a good take.
We got a great quip here from the audience here. Looks like the guy will be suffering with the cocaine blues.
Yeah. Got up that morning, grabbed my gun.
Grabbed my wife.
No, yeah. So is it the type of thing where, is it a threat to the community? Should we all know that someone is doing this?
No, I don't. I mean, I think if anything, it doesn't do anything to support the victims, and it doesn't do anything to make anyone else safer. I don't know. It just seems like a thing they'd write about for no reason. Like if I'm, and I'm not, but if I'm beating my girlfriend,
Right.
what does it do for anyone involved to put that in the newspaper? I don't. It just seems like they're just reaching for stuff to print.
Right. Maybe in another time, an earlier time,
I
there
think,
would be
like-
mob justice.
I think it's a
possibly.
but now that's illegal.
Yeah, just like a public shaming thing.
I guess. Oh, we're getting a call. We're getting a call. Hopefully, it's on this topic.
We have our second ever call on the crash
Hey.
line.
Hi, you're live on the crash line.
Hey, long time listener, first time caller here from
Wow.
Plattsburgh, New York.
Hey.
What's on your mind tonight, caller?
I just wanted to say I have an unpopular opinion about Chris Rosenquist, and that the opinion is I don't like him. And
All right.
I don't think he should be the mayor.
I thought you
And
said
I'm a
unpopular
Democrat.
opinion.
Is that a popular opinion?
Well,
Depends on who you ask.
it does depend on who you ask.
I don't have the numbers.
Let me ask this: do you have a person that you are backing?
No, not currently. There's another. No. Short answer is no.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up voting for Rosenquist because I also don't like our current mayor. It's sort of like how I feel about the whole presidential race. It's like, well, I'm going to vote in the guy I don't like because I don't like the other guy more, and hopefully by the next time there'll be a guy I do like.
Well, have you
Lesser
given
of
any
two
thought
evils.
to Mr. Scott Beebe?
I don't know anything about Scott Beebe.
Well, you're not alone in that.
Yeah. Maybe that's the way he likes it. Maybe
Not
the
a
less-
name I've heard recently, to be
So
honest
he
with
is
you.
he's the Republican candidate, and locally on a local scale, Democrat and Republicans don't necessarily reflect the national
Right.
No,
party
Matters
as
lines.
far as
Local
local politics
interest.
go, I very rarely pay any attention to the party affiliation.
Yeah. So we are hoping to, a number of months ago, I want to say it was March or February even, the BB campaign did reach out to us about doing an interview, but
That's right.
we never were able to get that together.
Yeah, I wonder.
Hmm.
I think that was right around
too
when we
bad.
were all fearing for our lives.
Maybe if
And,
if they followed up with that, maybe some of our viewership can know a little bit more about Scott Beebe and potentially vote for him in this candidacy.
Yeah, because I don't like either of the other guys running, so maybe I will look into Scott Beebe. And then I have another unpopular opinion, and that is that Elise Stefanik is running a Team Rocket dojo in Plattsburgh, New York, and I think it's reprehensible, and I think we can't have Team Rocket in our streets stealing our Pokemon.
I can't
Mhm.
I can't disagree with that. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion at all. Actually,
It's an old one.
I,
Old.
I'd say fuck Team Rocket.
Yeah, fuck Team Rocket and fuck Elise Stefanik for supporting Team Rocket. She has these big red R's all over her damn office. Doesn't make any sense.
All right.
But thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, caller.
So long.
That was double trouble.
Hey. So yeah, what do you think of Elise Stefanik supporting the Big Red R and being a Team Rocket
Plant.
plant? I don't know what and a Team Rocket affiliate.
It seems opportunistic.
Now, do you think Jesse's kind of hot?
Yes.
Come on.
I guess if I had to,
if you had to say a cartoon character was hot.
yeah.
She's got some pretty long hair, but she has some solid underboob.
She has some solid under
Solid
boob.
under boob. She's got a nice little short pencil skirt. Really thigh high boots or whatever. That's all the things that Austin's into. We live together.
That's right.
I saw what the cat drug in every night.
That's right.
I like that
You saw all of the dominatrixes I brought in.
Yes, I did.
she has an under boob, which is
one under boob.
I think if anyone has a boob, there is an under boob.
Yes, but hers is on display as she only
Anti-boob.
wears one outfit.
Is hers on display?
I don't
In the fan
about
art that I
that.
look up,
I was gonna say
yeah.
I think you're looking at some special images.
there were some
That's right. I've seen your deviant art.
commissions. My deviant art. Oh,
I've seen your likes,
put the deviant in the art if you know what I
your
mean.
retumbles.
My retumbles.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, basically Team Rocket are the villains in the Pokemon universe, and their symbol is a big red letter R. And if you do look at the Elise Stefanik headquarters, she has the Team Rocket symbol all over the place there, and she is running
I've actually
a.
seen that. No, I
She's
haven't.
running a What is it? Team Rocket Dojo, I think was what our
Dojo,
caller
yeah. Yep, you gotta go
called it.
beat her to get the badge.
Yes, go get that gym
You gotta
badge.
beat her.
You have to beat her.
You have to beat. You have to beat her Pokemon.
Well,
Oh.
yeah, you have to win.
Now
you
you
have
tell
to
me?
win against her. You get the badge.
Hey, speaking of Pokemon, I'm a big fan of fire type Pokemon, and there was a fatal fire in Ausable Forks recently.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's horribly inappropriate.
Was it like a campfire or was
Sorry,
it like
this
a?
is-
No, it was a house fire
new
where an
sounds,
87-year-old
I'm sorry.
woman died.
Oh, Austin. You
Power-
take sole
ah.
responsibility in that one for being the bad guy, not us. Me and Matt, we're cool guys.
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
sorry.
baby.
So an
So
87
this was counted as COVID, right?
an 87-year-old woman died in a house fire early Saturday on Route 9 North in the town of Blackbrook, not far from our
Our good friend
cohort,
and compatriot,
Mr.
or
Brook.
Mr. Brook.
Mr. B. Brook.
Robert
State police
Blackbrook.
identified the fire victim as Marion T. Collins. Yes, there
I
was
wouldn't be
a.
surprised if I was actually related to this person, quite honestly.
Colin.
So the fire remains under investigation. Anyone with information is being asked to call the state police at 518-873-2777. Deanna Carpenter, who lives around the corner from the white 2-story house where the fire occurred, says she heard a commotion outside around 2 a.m. Quote, I looked outside my window and saw the back of the house on fire. The flames were super high.
I'm sorry, that was an actual mistake. That one was a really terrible mistake. I'm sorry.
The building is
That was
on
really
fire.
bad. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to do that.
This is the real trash.
I was seriously like, my heart was breaking.
I
This
got
is the
sick
crash.
to my stomach. It was awful.
Fuck.
Firemen were yelling. I could hear the sound of breaking windows and chainsaws. It was a horrible nightmare.
Yeah.
You got any other
Chainsaws.
funny sounds you want to play for that one? You asshole.
I didn't make these.
Austin's sitting the
Matt's like, here, during the sad parts where the old people die, we've got all
Play
these nice
these.
sound effects to play.
It's the duality of man.
It is the duality of man.
You know, you got life
Team
and
Rocket
death
made
here.
me do it. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. That's always heartbreaking to hear about a fire.
Yeah.
Austin's just really jazzed up because he just watched the new Bill and Ted movie.
That's right.
I did too. Gotta say,
Is it good?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch it, but I could be wrong. I see they have kids. When I heard there was going to be a new movie, I thought, how are they going to do a movie where they turn the two white male leads into anything other than what they are? I'm wondering if their two daughters are the actual protagonists of the film,
Mm-hmm.
and the two old white guys take a back seat. I could be wrong.
That
Oh.
works.
It just seems like
I
the
don't even know
the
enough about
formula these days is take a movie where there was like a white male lead and replace them with anyone else rather than like make a new movie. Not not to say I don't think there should be more diversity in film. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just like
Right.
there's
It's like
plenty
a
of people
cynical
telling
Hollywood
diverse stories,
way.
but Hollywood wants to cash in on the on their old franchises rather than give new voices a serious platform.
There it is.
What do you mean? They just made the Lion King.
Yeah.
All right, you're right.
Counterpoint.
You're right.
There's a Lion King, and now every other movie can be white people, like how we want it. You know.
Andrew does not speak for all of us. I could easily never watch a movie again. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Movies are for the weak. Me, I like black coffee and podcasts.
I only like one of those things, really.
I don't like podcasts either. Unless, have you guys heard of Serial? It's actually really
Serial?
good.
I just
Hey,
make them.
I do want to thank everyone who's been calling in so far. Another thing oh yeah, did you guys hear about how the what?
Nothing.
I normally try to keep an eye on how many people are viewing so I can see if we're bombing or not.
How are we doing?
Yeah, can we see that from here?
We can't see it from here.
We haven't even been live yet. We're not live.
Oh God, have we just not been live this whole time?
This has been the pre-show.
All right, we're not bombing too bad. Look, I feel so strange being here. I'm usually alone, looking at you guys on your screens,
I'm here
Yeah.
sometimes.
and you usually don't see me at all
I don't.
No, you're
until
the-
recently.
Yeah. Well, I'm always watching the Facebook monitor feed,
Yes.
so I see you on a delay.
We're being told 11 people in the stream. Listen, let's get those numbers up, okay?
get those-
you should be
those are rookie
sharing and
numbers.
inviting people to the stream. All right, you should be ashamed of yourselves. So I am trying a new thing that I haven't been able to animate this yet, but I'm trying to get a thing where on the side of the screen here, the different stories and things we'll be talking about will be showing up and they'll be highlighted as we're discussing them, so you get a little bit of info about what's what. What do you think of that?
That'd be
Who,
cool.
me?
Anybody?
Wait, what
Yeah.
do you mean?
What do you think of
How
that
would you
thing
get-
on the left?
Yeah,
We'll do like a yellow
it's
text.
gonna get animated. It's gonna look a little tighter in the near future. So we are trying to tie up the show, and also, you know, we did talk about changing the chat around, getting the chat a little clearer. I think we could still work on the chat a little bit more, but the show I think is coming along pretty nicely.
I think so. I think it's
Pretty good.
Also, wearing pants is throwing me off. I will say. I normally do. You guys wear pants when we do the podcast?
I do.
You
Yeah,
do?
I gotta admit. Because what if I stand up at the wrong moment accidentally for some
And
reason?
your penis falls out, and everyone sees your penis.
all of the parts just roll.
Well, the reason I have the
Roll on
laptop
out.
here in front of me is because my penis is out right now.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
forgot
that's
you said
true.
you were gonna do that this one.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard
And
to
look at
look-
it swinging.
Hard to look away now.
Hey, so we are at the part in the show where we're going to talk about the parking lot, the
Crickets.
Durkee Street lot.
Give me the crickets,
Oh, there's
please.
so many great sounds I could pick. Why don't I pick?
Yeah, baby.
How's about we have a Randy Fuckden in it?
What did you call me?
City councilors have elected not to pay nearly $18,500 in legal fees owed to the attorney who has serviced the city's zoning board of appeals since May. At no
I didn't know you
time,
could do that.
At no time has the Common Council approved this retention of services, said City Councilor Ira Barbell, who is a real person.
He's a real person.
I swear I did not make him. You remember Pappy Druitt?
Yeah.
Everything is normal.
I think of Ira Barbell when I think of Ira Barbell, I just picture Pappy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I imagine that he looks like I imagine he's dressed like an old what are the guys who used to
Prospector.
yeah, an old prospector.
I see it
With
more as like
suspenders and the hat.
Like a floppy hat full of holes.
I see it
Yeah.
as the child of fucking Olive Oil and Popeye.
Okay.
Ira
He
Barbell.
grew up and became a local politician.
Yeah.
Are you talking now? Are you
Like
saying
an
you're
ori-
just imagining that, or you're thinking of the actual Popeye's baby from the show?
I didn't know they had a baby. I thought
Oh yeah,
I thought Popeye was
all
sterile.
good Christian families have children.
Oh, okay. I thought he was sterile from all of the drugs and such.
No.
the steroids.
He didn't do any drugs. That was
Dad-
all spinach.
Daddy's special spinach.
No, it's spinach and that nice sea air
Salty. And a nice corncob pipe.
and a nice corncob pipe to top it off.
With cocaine residue.
right.
City councilors have elected not to pay the legal fees, so that the legal fees are the monies that are owed to the lawyer for performing his services.
Yes.
Fuck him.
Therefore, on behalf of the audit committee, these two invoices are rejected and not authorized. And in addition, I have asked for an investigation of the surrounding circumstances.
Okay.
The council unanimously supported the motion.
Wow. So far this sounds like the lawyer just billed them for time they didn't even ask for. That's what it sounds like.
That's what they are saying. So the zoning board hired Mr. Corey
Auerbach?
Auerbach of Barclay Damon. Barclay Damon sounds like a...
Is that a law firm?
Yes. As legal representation to oversee its work on the Durkee Street redevelopment project. With the city of Plattsburgh as one of that project's applicants, board members had questioned the ability of the city's legal counsel, Dean Schneller, to serve in the best interests of both the city and the zoning board. So they were concerned, the zoning board was concerned that the city lawyer would maybe, have a conflict of interest if the zoning board was trying to act independently of the city, who we all can agree that basically the city is a tyranny of despair run by Colin Reed, and no one is allowed for any free thought.
That's
basically
been established, yes.
It might seem like I'm being a little bit extreme, but just look at how many people have resigned or said as much.
Oh yeah.
I think we can all
It's a
agree
trail
that the
of
situation
bodies.
is it's gridlocked. Like, you're not, if you're not going to do what Reed says, you're not going to last.
Colin.
And so they were
Colin
thinking,
lied.
we're not sure if we can trust the city's attorney, so we're going to hire our own attorney.
I don't know. Maybe some people feel differently about Colin Reed. I think it would be an excellent time for those people to give us a call right now and tell us what you think.
Yeah,
That's
if
right.
you feel differently, if you think
Do
that
you
Colin
support
Reed's,
Colin Reed?
if you support Colin Reed, give us a call.
Also, get ready to die.
Confidential trash line crash.
Yeah, Colin, tell us your name.
Here's a quote from the zoning board chair, Mr. Ron Noland. Quote, "The fact that the city was the applicant seemed to allow the possibility that a conflict of interest could happen whether the city and the board agreed on the application process or not." End quote. To be fair to all those involved, the board sought outside counsel and as is called for in the board's ordinance. Quote, "We felt strongly that this would also reflect the independence of the board from any chance of being viewed as subject to outside influence." As previously reported by the Press Republican, Schneller, who is the city's attorney, had addressed the concerns at an April meeting of the city's planning board and had quoted the city charter. The charter defines the role of the city's corporation counsel as the, quote, "chief legal advisor to the mayor, the common council, and all city departments, offices, and boards." So I am the in-house counsel to the city as a whole. My duty is to the city as a whole and not to any specific individual. Basically trying to say, like, hey, I serve everybody, not just Colin Reed, all right? Schneller refuted that there could be any conflict of interest, adding that the term suggested he had a personal interest, which he had said he did not.
This is all so clear and exciting.
So,
Not getting lost in brain fog at all over here.
are you actually getting lost?
No, it's just
Can you boil it down to
boring.
one or two sentences
It's
to
just
keep
boring?
us all?
Yes.
This is actually pretty serious
It's
stuff.
serious. Exactly.
So all right, boy. Okay, so this guy.
So the city
Build the
has an
city.
attorney.
Yep.
Yeah, and he billed them.
No. The city has
where
an
we left
attorney.
off.
You're
That's where we
saying
left
he.
off.
Do you know who you're talking about when you say he?
The attorney guy.
The attorney guy.
Yeah, Ira Barbell.
Okay.
So there's two attorneys involved.
Oh,
here,
hey,
right?
you're
Oh,
paying
okay.
attention.
'Cause there's a city one that you were just saying.
Who's Schneller?
Yes.
Schneller is the city's attorney. So we have an attorney on our payroll. He's the city's attorney.
But
But the
they're
zoning board, because
is
they're reviewing this
rejecting-
application that has to do with the Durkee Street development, they're saying we don't want a conflict of interest, so we're going to have our own attorney look over this.
an external party from the whole city drama.
Yeah.
Yep.
To make it not look like there's any conflict of interest.
Who's this Auerbach character?
Yes, and he is saying, well, I've done my job. It's time for me to get paid. And the city is saying, fuck off, dude. So Auerbach has served the zoning board in the time since, appearing at the board's virtual sessions and answering questions related to the controversial DRI project and its environmental review. The matter resurfaced at the latest meeting of the city council, where Barbell had announced the city does not plan to pay him and is going to investigate the situation.
During a pandemic.
Nolan said he's shocked by this. He said, quote, "It should be clear to all involved that the zoning board has been using outside independent legal counsel for this application for several months with the full knowledge of the city attorney, the community development office, the building inspector, the planning board, and one would assume the common council and the mayor, since it is the city that is the applicant for the project, and they have been fully participating in the process and following it very closely." So it says here in the city code, the city's common council or its volunteer boards can submit an application for review by a professional such as an attorney. They said these fees were reasonable and were to be paid by the city upon a submission of a city voucher and in compliance with the city's procurement policy. You know, because the zoning board, they have an annual budget. There is money for these things. Like, it's not like the money doesn't exist. So they basically just have to go like, here's the invoice. Like, let's get this paid for. Like, hiring an attorney or hiring any kind of like professional is totally within their means.
Okay.
So Nolan noted that the city's policies, he thought they had made the city council's decisions all that more surprising. The ZBA, the zoning board, is authorized to engage professional consultants by the local laws that the council itself adopted in 2017. The ordinance states that fees are to be paid by the city and then collected from the applicant. In this case, the applicant is also the city, so they are ultimately responsible for the fees. If the board feels it is necessary, they can also require an escrow account to be established to make sure the applicant will pay the fees. Nolan said the ZBA, the zoning board, would need to maintain its use of the outside counsel for the duration of the Durkee Street Development's application. Once this invoice issue is cleared up, he says, and the future consultant costs are provided for, we will be able to continue reviewing the application by the city for the Prime Plattsburgh project. So they've been
shout out to Mickey D for a nice article.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
think it's worth-
this is good.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
So the zoning board has been working on this since February. So basically what the zoning board is doing is taking the DRI project, specifically the Durkee Street part, and they're doing a review of the environmental impact of that.
Yeah.
And because it's so controversial and because there's been so much, basically dirty politics and just mean stuff going on, and things being forced through and lots of like loopholes being used and all this stuff. It's been a fucked up thing. I mean, we've been talking about it for fucking 3 years or something. They were completely within their rights to hire this outside counsel. And the city's just saying, fuck off, mate.
Because they don't want to pay. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
so we have an article. Let's see how close I have to get. Ashley in the comments.
Yeah, so the city is saying they're not going to pay.
Why are they not paying?
Why are they not paying?
In a word.
They're saying they're not going to pay because they said they never approved it, and they're actually going to investigate the whole thing.
Okay.
And it's like, it's kind of crazy to say like, well, we don't approve this because he's been working for the zoning board for months.
Yeah.
At any point, the city could have said, hey, like, we're not okay with this.
Yeah.
They're pulling this out at the last minute in a very strange sort of power play.
Very gotcha kind of thing. Weird.
So, another thing we'll mention here in terms of the city, and we're gonna close this unless anybody else has anything they want to say about it. You have any clarification or anything, or I mean, basically we can just wait and see how this plays out.
I called it in private with us trio, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think the Durkee Street development of the lot there is going to happen?
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm still gonna say not happening.
I would not be surprised if it doesn't happen.
I would agree with that stance.
Also, I think I think anybody who wants to try to open up a gastropub or whatever they're trying to do, some sort of brewery or something down there, is a fucking idiot.
Where?
At the development or elsewhere?
They've started a deal where they said that they're going to put a big brewery. They've already Prime LLC has done other development deals in other cities. They have a brewery that they work with. They said they're going to open a brewery in Plattsburgh on the first floor of the building when they put it there.
Hell yeah.
And that's so stupid.
I love breweries.
Brewers?
I love breweries.
People
boy.
the bars
Breweries.
have had to cut their staffing immensely.
Yeah. If you have a restaurant or a bar right now, you're
Struggling.
bungee jumping.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, baby.
It's not a good time to be a
Let's
bar
open a new
owner.
one.
It's not a good time to open a new bar. That's really, really, really dumb to me. Also, what about Plattsburgh? Was it Plattsburgh Brewing Company that just opened and closed in less than a year? like over
yeah.
at the old Jeffrey's Pub location.
Right, there's a new place.
Yeah.
This is Dave and Buster's coming in. Right.
we finally
Yeah,
got
there's a
D&Bs.
new sports bar moving in there, which I
Open
don't
the bars.
I don't want to slam anybody. I'm guessing that
I'll do
sports
it.
bar lasts 18 months.
See, there's no sports
Max.
and there's no bars.
sports bar.
I have to wonder if this person is having a midlife crisis or if they're not from the area or what. Like I'd like to know, like,
Or
why
it's-
are they opening a sports bar right now, right here?
The only
Maybe-
logical reason I can come up with is that there's like, out of obligation, like they already signed the papers. Like
Yeah, like maybe it was in the works 7 months ago and they're just like,
They're
fuck
like,
me.
"Fuck."
Maybe.
Fuck.
because
Just gotta go with it.
like as a lifetime resident of our sacred Plattsburgh, you see places come and go. Before Jeffries, it was Tijuana jail, and I guess that didn't last that long. Jeffries lasted long, like ish, but it still died quickly. There was a Italian restaurant I think there for a minute.
There was Enzo's.
yeah, there
That was
was
the Italian
there's
place.
there was the Brewery that I never even I didn't go to either of those places, and it's just
I think that our
not a good
our,
location.
our boss used to go to trivia at the brewery.
Oh yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah. And I mean, trivia is a good way to get people in the door, but
Yeah.
trivia is not a way to run a business unless you're the guy doing the trivia.
Oh,
Then you got, man, what a fucking racket that is.
charge an arm and a leg just to.
I bought one QSC speaker, one $4 microphone, and I just have like
Looked up
a
Wikipedia
trivia
at the
website.
library.
Yeah.
Very low overhead. All right, let's move on. Hey, do you remember we talked about the Public Safety Citizens Review Panel?
Yes.
So they've recently launched a survey hoping to find insight into local policing. So this is a confidential survey. It's a questionnaire.
I'm not gonna get doxxed.
It went
No,
nope.
you might.
It
You
went
might.
live this
Okay.
week, and it's, the intention is to gather the community's opinions and or experiences with the Plattsburgh Police Department. Quote, "This is not a test, and there are no right or wrong answers. Please answer each question honestly." So there's a 4-week-long collection period. So it's open right now. It's live right now, and it will be open until September 16th.
Is it powered by SurveyMonkey?
It's actually Google Docs, which I think is a much better way to go. So I'm actually gonna
Google
I'm gonna
DOX.
I'm gonna drop
Ooh.
this
Careful,
in the
Andrew,
chat
careful.
right now.
I'm very afraid just thinking about it.
Have you guys heard about this survey yet?
No, this is my first time hearing about this really cool survey.
I don't have much to say about my interactions with local police, except that, you know, the one thing I could say, and I've actually had this echoed by other people. I have found it to be insane sometimes how many officers will respond to a call. I don't know if you've noticed this. Like,
I think anecdotally, I'd see, something's happening. There's like 3 cars, a bunch of guys.
yeah, like 3 cars.
like extra. It seems excessive
yeah, like
from the outsider's perspective.
there
you're
was.
looking at,
I remember one time.
but I don't know what's going on.
I was running an event and I was compelled to call the police because there was a very drunk guy just starting shit with everybody. It was a film screening at a community space, and so I call. I go, hey, like, this guy's not really a threat, but he is, he's very drunk. He's causing a big disturbance here. Like, he's not violent, but like, we're just trying to get him out of here. We need a little help. I don't know what to do. I wanted to say it was like 3 or 4 cop cars came. It was
Wow.
like 8 officers. When it's like, an officer could have handled that. I mean, I
Right.
could have handled that if I wasn't like a 22-year-old pencil neck geek.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, I had a group of people feeling very uncomfortable and looking to our authority figures for some help with that situation. One guy, and I even said, like, oh, like, this is kind of like a lot. You guys, it's just like, he just needs to step out of the building. He probably just needs like a ride home. I don't know.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
crazy, the response. I've seen that a lot.
I wonder what goes into the distribution what factors they take into account when they're dispatching. Like,
Probably how bored they are.
I'm sure that is a factor, and maybe there's a junior police officer who's like getting onto the exposure perhaps. But like 3 cars for like one guy,
Okay.
seems excessive. But
I think
guess
one car for any minor disturbance, I would say. Even like I've seen noise complaints get several cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fuck
what
is that?
time of day was that? By the way.
Oh, like 4 PM.
Oh, geez.
Wow. He was wasted by 4.
Yes. Well, he was depressed and homeless
Oh.
and probably mentally unstable.
Hey, we've all been there.
And hey, I'm drunk right now, and it's only 4 p.m. here.
Yeah.
In our time zone,
And
in
I'm
the yes
depressed and
zone.
homeless. So, together. And what are you? What are you? Who are you?
I'm anxious.
All right. You can join the
I'm
club.
I'm obnoxious.
You're worth another squad car.
All right.
So I'm looking at the survey. It's only 4 pages. One page is just an intro.
Do you like me? Yes. No. Maybe.
Yeah, there's 16.
Maybe it's like
From the
grayed
police.
out.
Yeah.
You can't choose maybe.
There's like just shy of 30 questions. Some of it's multiple choice. Some of it's fill in the blank. This would take you 5 minutes to put together. If you were trying hard. I say go ahead and do this survey. It's only gonna make the community better. The people on the panel are trying to do the right thing. I'd say anything we can do to make our voices heard as a community, gotta do it. If they're giving you the opportunity to speak, you gotta take it. Kind of like we're giving you the opportunity to speak live on the show with the crash line. I'm sorry, we branded it the crash line.
Excuse me. Our crash line.
Yes.
It is hot. It is the
Oh,
hot
certainly.
crash
Our
line.
Hot
Certainly
crash
hot.
line.
Bazinga!
I think it is important to take advantage of any sort of method of sharing your voice with the community,
Yes.
especially if you find that your voice is not represented in the voting booth.
Alcohol is for pussies. Do heroin.
LOL.
Hey.
Oh, yeah!
Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Speaking of
3
Wow.
pinball points.
speaking of
Does
stuff
that
that'll-
sound more intense than before?
It does. It sounds like
You have been awarded.
Like it's clipping harder or something. That's
well,
cool.
I made it louder.
That's good.
Speaking of things that will kill you, a
Hey.
5th Essex Center resident has died. So the Essex Center for Rehabilitation and Healthcare, we reported recently,
There's a big outbreak.
there
in
was
E-Town.
there was 81 cases of COVID there. They are up to their 5th death right now.
Jesus, man.
So
Austin, do you have any funny clips you want to play for that one?
that was 44 residents, 5 of whom have died, and 3 were hospitalized, and 30 staff members and 7 different contacts of staff, probably their families,
Yeah.
We're affected, not
have
died?
cases. Yeah,
Okay.
5 deaths,
We're all the
but 81 cases.
Does it mention that the deaths were all residents or were any of them staff?
No, like I said, it was 44 residents and 30
Okay.
staff members, and 7 contacts of the staff, which are likely, I would say likely their family members.
Right. Well, the 5th one died, so all 5 who have died were from the residents at the place.
Oh, okay. All right.
All 5 deaths were residents, and 3 are hospitalized. Man,
Have you guys been to the hospital since this all started?
why would I go to the hospital?
I don't know. You gotta go to the hospital.
I want
been
to
a
take me to the
long time.
hospital. No,
you haven't been there?
I would never go to the hospital if I could avoid it. I'd rather die in my
Really?
home.
Yeah. Between dying in a hospital, dying at home, I'd die at home.
Yeah, I like how you guys just, it's very open and closed things. Like, well, I gotta die. I was thinking, I got a little time to figure it out. I don't want to, maybe I'll do it in the hospital, maybe I'll do it at home. Do it by
Yeah.
a bed of roses or
So,
something.
well, Christopher in the comments is maybe it's related to my question on my mind that I had, which is why are there so many outbreaks at nursing homes and long-term care homes?
I would say because there's no way to separate people, and they're all immunocompromised because they're old.
Right.
And
Potentially.
if just one fucking jackass goes in there and infects someone, it's going to spread like wildfire.
Right.
Yeah.
So compared to, say, I guess like a dorm.
And
dorms
are blowing up like crazy already.
I
Like,
haven't seen stuff about dorms yet. but
Okay,
I
yes.
believe you for sure.
The dorms, Jesus Christ, I think it was in Kentucky State, 44 cases.
Okay.
At a sorority.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Just long enough to keep the scholarships and the tuition
well,
money.
that's the thing. A lot of schools
Send them home.
are
Keep the money.
are getting a little bit into the academic year
Thank you.
and going, oh, we're going digital.
Thank you.
Yep. And so a lot
Keep
of
the
people.
racket going.
It's all bullshit.
I was listening to NPR the other day. They were talking about how a lot of people are saying, well, if I can't fucking go to school, I might as well go to community college because it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of 4-year degrees at from larger schools, the idea is like, hey, maybe I'll do a year or I'll do a semester or I'll do a couple semesters at a community college and transfer those credits over.
Yeah.
Most community college credits are not recognized fully by 4-year schools, and they might recognize the credits, but they won't go towards your degree.
Yeah.
So they'll recognize them unofficially,
Yeah.
which is an insane racket.
Yes.
And also, speaking as a guy who knows a lot of people who are a few years out of school now, when do people graduate college? When they're like 23, 22?
Yeah.
29 nowadays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're in school for approximately 400 years.
Okay.
I just know I know a lot of people who are in their early 30s, my peers who were all getting their degrees, 5 to 7 years ago. They've had time to get into their chosen field, and I don't know anyone who's using their fucking degree. I do think that generally college is a big, stupid, expensive sham, and I think the fact that they're basically blocking community colleges out of being a relevant resource for a community is just proof that it's just a fucking racket.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't discharge that debt.
You guys ever?
Nope.
Like-
Federally backed, but non-dischargeable. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
You guys ever have like a questionnaire that you have to fill out for like? I know you guys don't go to the doctors because you just try to use alternative medicine, but
That's right.
other-
I use only Chinese herbs.
yeah, those work really well. There's
I used the seeds I got from China. I planted them and then
you grew a medicine tree.
you ever have to fill out a form where
It's
they
looking
ask
pretty good.
you, they ask you like
Why is it on fire?
it's a burning
no.
bush.
Holy.
I'm sorry, Andrew. Are you trying to talk to us?
No,
Okay.
I was just thinking.
So we don't go to the doctor because we solve all of our problems on our own.
Yeah,
like
you
men.
figured out you just bloodlet a little bit so that your iron levels get back to normal.
Yeah.
But you ever be asked a question where they're like, "What's your level of education?" And usually it's just like high school or like recently I heard like 1 year of college. And it's like okay, that's like a
I often say
legitimate thing.
some college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, does it like for me? Could I say almost a semester of college? Is that a higher tier? Is that like does that put me even just slightly above the other GED?
Just say some college.
Some college.
Some college?
Yeah.
Some college.
If you did 3 days, it's
The more vague you can be, the better. The
Does that-
more vague
do
you can
think
be, the
that would
better.
make- but I guess the question I'm asking, does that make me higher up on the social hierarchy if I put some college on my little form that I'm filling out to work at the local Costco? Do you think the manager will be like,
if
"Ooh,
the
some
manager is a
college."
stupid cuck, then yeah, it will get you some good boy points.
All right. So I could just say
You have been awarded.
okay. So I could just say college. I could just say
College.
college.
No,
College.
say some college and spell some SUM.
Okay. Some I went to the,
Master or doctors.
All right.
You can call me Dr. Taylor.
unofficially.
I
of
see
course.
here in the comments, Eve is saying, I've encountered quite a few healthcare workers who are very blasé about the whole thing being the virus. Speaking of locally, do you guys follow Bergie's sex tape on Instagram?
No.
Yeah, but I don't.
Oh, you should.
I want to. I will now.
Yeah.
Has everything I like.
So it's a local meme page, but they're a student, and so somebody they were like, what's going on? What's the first week looking like?
Mhm.
And somebody said, I just saw 2 nursing students walking around without masks, not distancing, and we're not distancing, but at this point,
Well, we've all tongue-kissed enough
yeah.
off camera that we were pretty sure we're all immune if we had
we're up in
anything.
each other's shit all the time
Yeah.
anyway. It's too late for us.
We've inoculated ourselves. with each other's
But I would say
saliva.
if we were even if we were the same level of intimacy that we are now and together enough,
Mhm.
if we were also all going to college, I would be wearing a mask all the time. The college is so unsafe. Like
Right,
it's
it's not-
so many strangers from all around the country.
I don't really
Yeah.
see too
Around
many
the
people
world.
besides you guys.
Right.
You know, like
I don't
it's a
really hang
social
out with
circle,
many
you know.
people.
When we were in the
I got like 5 people in my life.
when we were in the off-brand beer cave, the beer cavern, is that
Mhm.
what we could call it, the alcohol cavern? This there's didn't seem like they were enforcing any sort of mask wearing rules in that place.
Weird.
They did have shields installed on the registers, but it's one of those places that's like it's a Dunkin' Donuts and like a general store.
Yeah.
It's like a combo. And like there was a sign from Dunkin' Donuts that was just like, hey, you need to wear a fucking mask, idiot. But then like it seemed like the rest of the place was not. Like the first person we saw when we walked in was not wearing one.
Well, it's CDC propaganda.
Well, the thing I was going to get to, speaking of propaganda, is that they doxed the two nursing students.
Oh shit!
Oh no shit, really?
Yeah.
They
No.
posted them.
They posted their names, and then there was a big outcry of, hey, that's fucked up. Don't say their names.
That's
And-
not fucked up. Fuck you. Well, okay.
Well,
I don't know.
they did take the names down.
I don't know. I responded before I actually thought about it.
I think you wouldn't like
I'm
if it
glad that
happened to
you can say
you,
that.
but you would probably do it to someone else.
I'm a safe little boy. I follow the rules.
Well, like let's say there's an accident. Let's say somehow you didn't do it for some reason that might be understandable to you, but other people see it and misunderstand. Just hypothetically. All right, we're reading a comment.
We're
here.
reading a comment, and sorry, I have to. This is how
There's
close
an
I
encounter
have
at the
to get.
hospital.
So I
We're
can
very
read it.
annoyed and inconvenienced by all the
I could-
precautions needed
yes.
to enter the hospital.
I can
Okay.
agree with that.
you read that
statement.
so fast.
Well, both of you were taking the time. I wanted to fill the air.
I had read it a long
fill the
time ago.
space. Okay.
I have my own mini monitor.
Matt's ahead of us.
Well, I
by
always
10.
listen to my podcasts on half speed, so I can get more juice out of them for a long
I
drive.
love doing that.
Helps
I
it
love
sink
my
in.
3-hour Rogan.
I think. I think.
7-hour Rogan.
I think. Fuck all the people that listen at 1.5. So if we talk slower, it'll just sound regular speed to them.
We have,
I didn't have
in the
everything at
comments
the
here.
speed, like totally like as if I had like
If we talk a little bit faster, it'll really confuse them. It's going to be going to probably like two
soy latte speed.
times. They thought they were at 1.5, but now it sounds like they're going really fast. And they're like, wow, I can't even pay attention to what's going on. It's going way too fast now. I don't understand what's happening.
All right, we've gotten all the blood out of that stone.
Anyway, yeah, I can
we-
agree with that statement. There were a lot of people that I saw when I was at the hospital, like patients, visitors, and staff that did not seem to enjoy the precautions because there are mandatory checkpoints at all of the entrances that you are absolutely required to. And I got to give it to the
Papers,
hospital. I got to give it to the hospital. They were enforcing it to the extent that they could, and one of the people that I saw working at the door doing the check-ins was clearly
bouncers.
just being wrecked by rude ass people all day long. So I feel for you guys.
We have a comment here. College students should have stayed home and do online classes.
College.
I agree. I think they should have done online classes. I don't think it's
I think a lot of them might even agree.
a lot
I
of
think
students
they're-
agree. A
you
lot
know,
of
a lot
students
of-
feel doomed.
Again, I think it just comes back to those dastardly school, higher education officials and administrators.
Yeah.
Dastardly. I repeat. They're dastards.
Yeah, I think they're dastards and stupid bunts.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, I mean, we could talk about COVID forever, but I mean, I do expect to see a spike now the students are here, and already students are being reprimanded. A bunch of students got in trouble. Wasn't it something like 44 students locally
Yeah,
got reprimanded
suspended.
for a party?
They got suspended.
yeah.
And that's the one party they knew about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows how many other fucking things there are every moment.
Every
One
moment.
thing about college,
1,000
when I was in
angels are
college,
partying
I was
in the
partying
head.
24/7. I would wake up, party, go sleep, party all day.
Yeah.
And so,
While
like,
you're sleeping, partying still.
partying while I'm sleeping,
You
yes.
tell your friends to light cigarettes in your mouth.
You know
Party.
that song, My
Party
Girl
sleep.
Wants to Party All the Time?
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Classic.
Eddie Murphy, yes, so good. Basically, that song, like, I was the girl.
Wow.
I was just wanting to party all the time. And I'm assuming there's parties 24 hours a day happening in the campus region, and they are just cooking up a big COVID pie, and we're all going to get a slice.
Fucking go down Court Street at like any time of day. You're gonna hear blasting loud music.
We blasting, all right.
Oh, and I was blasting.
Blasting in that COVID pie.
Anyway, American Pie.
Nice.
Blasting in the
Eugene
pie.
Levy.
Eugene, hey, my favorite guy from SCTV.
Yes. Oh, well, Rick Moranis.
Fuck him.
All right.
All right.
I will.
Leave the music to musicians, Rick. All right? Funny man.
Party all the time.
Ooh, love that song though. I also love what's that bit Eddie Murphy does about being afraid of gay people? I'm not going to get into it. A call to a space station and a tribute to an icon were among the Press Republican articles recently honored by the New York Press Association.
What?
The newspaper was recognized for
stories.
excellence in feature writing, news, or feature series, and picture story.
Picture story.
Yes, publisher John
Is that what we have
Celestino.
to call it now?
Publisher John Celestino, who didn't realize that Plattsburgh was so far north, congratulated his editorial staff on the awards, noting that the, quote, quality of our journalism continues to rise and is out of your passion, dedication, and true commitment to our community. It is no wonder our total audience continues to show gains month over month and year over year. Is it true that the Press Republican's audience shows gains every month?
Yeah, they
Total
have
audience.
they have this community page on Reddit where they all post their pictures of their arms,
All their progress pics?
the progress pics of their sweet
Nice.
abs.
Can't wait
and
to see how
they're
tight, thick, and
rock hard
So-
fucking delts they got.
Staff photographer Kayla Breen was recognized for her writing, which is interesting that the photographer was getting a writing award, but she won first place for her June 19 article, quote, "It was out of this world," which is about the call to the space station. The article told the story behind the Moriah Central School students getting to talk via radio to an astronaut at the International Space Station. It also included a link to a video of the school assembly where the conversation was held. The judge said that the story, quote, "flows well with a nice intro and setup. It made me want to hear all of the students' questions, so I watched the video. Writing about such a cool experience translates well, and it made me grin." So that's how we're qualifying top tier award-winning journalism. Is does it make someone grin?
that's our standard. And
Hey.
we are the new information kings.
We are the new information kings, and
We've
there
got-
will be merchandise soon to reflect that. Don't forget.
They're the old
I didn't forget.
information kings.
I already have.
So staff writer Robin Caudell was also honored in the features category, earning third place for her article, quote, "North Country Writers Reflect on the Life of Toni Morrison." It was after poet Toni Morrison died. Quote, "The author connects a national icon into the local writing scene with a purpose. The story has a lot of good quotes intertwined with biography."
I love quotes.
I prefer quips.
Yeah, but you're younger than I am.
Oh yeah, so I'm probably dumber.
They also got points for in another article for their considerable ambition.
Matt, you have
How can
considerable
you-
ambition.
Never mind.
And also Best Picture went to Ben Rowe. The entry for Best Picture story was the judge wrote, "It's hard to go wrong with hot air balloons and a blue sky." So the picture story was, quote, "Colors in the Sky, scenes from the Adirondack Balloon Festival," and there was photos of the of hot air balloons.
So I was reading a blog like many years ago. It was like a comedy blog, and it pointed out something really funny to me.
Yes.
Which is that if you go to state websites like tourism, like .gov websites for every state, the ones that have nothing going on and are really boring
Hot
Yeah,
air balloons.
have hot air balloons as like the splash page. When you
I've
get
seen those.
Yeah.
I can think of the little travel brochures I see when I'm on the road at like the rest stops.
Yeah.
It's like-
You often see a picture of a
Isn't
hot
that-
air balloon on those too.
yeah.
Have you guys ever been in a hot air balloon?
No.
No, neither have
Let's do it as
I don't think I have.
Almost as a band. Let's do it as a band.
I. We're a band now. I wish there was less fun things to do in New York so that I could
All right.
possibly bear the thought of getting in a hot air balloon.
We just got an ice
I
castle.
wish my
here.
level of stimulation was a little bit lower so that I could potentially fathom the idea of doing that.
The bright colors of the balloons stand out against the crisp early morning sky as the colorful transports took to the sky. Great writing there.
Beautiful. I wish I had my applause button.
Just give him some good boy points.
So hey, way to go, Press Republican, for being honored.
I can't wait until they get Best Local Podcast Award. I can't wait until they get the Ian Ellie Award.
Did they give themselves the award?
No.
Okay.
This was the New York Press
NYPA,
Association.
Okay,
The
okay.
NYPA.
Yeah.
New York Podcast Association.
So, and I do want to wrap the show up here in a moment, but did you guys listen to the Press
I
Republican
just realized
podcast?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Man, I told you, you got to remind me.
I said I don't want to have to
I
remind
was going
you.
to tip you off. It's like it came down to me to listen and tip you off. I took that on.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it.
I didn't think
But
you
I'm not
would.
going to, I'm going to not stop.
You're not going to stop saying you will?
That being an ongoing concern. I want it to hang over me like a dark cloud every week. And it will.
Well, I would say our first live call-in show was a moderate success.
Call-in.
Absolutely moderate.
Did we get 2 calls?
3, I think.
3. Why can I not remember the third?
We had
We had Kevin.
Kevin.
We had
We had the Team Rocket person.
Yeah.
the concerned
I thought we had
citizen.
Who am I
another one.
forgetting?
Maybe not. Maybe I'm just making that up.
Did I make up a third one?
We just invented a third one.
You said there was 3.
Maybe we're counting Andrew.
Yeah, maybe we're thinking of me.
Test.
Are you thinking of when you called the line to test it?
Yeah. But Austin was also.
It's true.
All right. Plattsburgh is going the ghost town. A lot of businesses go.
Oh.
What
Oh
the
my
hell?
last
we have
minute. Look at
another
that.
caller.
All
Last
right.
minute call.
Last minute call.
Baby go boom.
Hi, you are live on the crash line.
Hey guys, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I appreciate it.
Anything on your mind you want to share?
No, are you guys going to start getting a little bit closer with the election? Start looking at the mayor race and that, or are you just going to stick to more crime?
No, we are going to. We're in the early stages of putting together a voter's guide, and we plan on having. We've already had Chris Rosenquist on the program once, but we plan on having Scott Beebe and Chris Rosenquist back on the show as we get a little closer to the election to have a more in-depth chat with both of them individually for our viewers.
Yeah, I'm not really sure we have much of a choice between the two, but I think we at least have a choice.
That's
I don't know what the
pretty much.
Yeah, I think better than what we've got so far, but
That's. I don't want to disparage anyone, but yeah, that seems to be the sentiment. Is
A lot of people are
that's
feeling
the-
that way.
yeah.
Yeah.
in fairness to Reed, though, he does run it more like a city manager type thing, and that's kind of where these type of size cities are going. And he had to make some decisions that either Rosenquist or Beebe are going to have to deal with that are not easy decisions that I think once you get in there, you're going to find that, oh, the analytic approach on these things do sometimes work a little bit better. It just obviously reads lack of teamwork and stuff like that, the morale and all that. But analytic approaches do work in cities our size.
That's
Right.
that's
And
very
some
true.
issues.
Yeah,
So-
we've discussed
anyway,
that a couple
keep up-
times.
Yeah.
Keep
Thank
up
you.
the great work, guys, and hopefully you guys will keep on growing, and maybe we'll see you guys become like something like the 7 Days or something, one of those type of things.
Hey.
Let's find out
Yeah. Could be
in the
cool.
future.
All right, cool, guys. Keep it
All
up.
right.
Yeah,
Bye.
Take care.
Thanks for calling in.
Colin.
Yeah, that's something I do want to reiterate. That point is that a lot of the decisions Reed made are things that
Yeah, we'll
that the next
throw
mayor,
him that bone.
the next mayor would have had to have dealt with that. Like
Right, it's a
the city
rock and a
was
hard place stuff.
heading towards insolvency. Like we were running out of money. If
Yeah.
he didn't make some harsh decisions, I think that the criticism is in how he handled those hard decisions.
Right.
Specifically,
The
not even what the
social
decision was, but
circumstances.
how he executed.
Yeah.
But hey, that was great. I'd say that Andrew, you were thinking there was a third caller. That was it.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh,
You were just
yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
too far ahead.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
All right. So hey, thanks again to everyone who viewed the show, and thanks to you guys for coming into my home.
Hey,
Hey, you're welcome.
great to be
I'm
here.
sorry it smells like cat piss all the time.
I've been worse.
Hey, I even vacuumed because
Wow.
you both have allergies.
I can't tell.
I appreciate it.
Well, I also sprinkled Parmesan on the carpet for you.
Let me
Yeah.
grab a little bit of that.
And yeah, if you want to support the show, head over to Patreon. There's a link there. There's a link in the video here. For as little as $1 a month, you can help the show grow and grow and grow. And if there's stuff you want to see happen, let us know. Give us the feedback.
Check out our OnlyFans.
Check out our
That's right.
OnlyFans.
We're fleshing that out.
Yes.
Literally.
Fleshing that out.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll be flushing that out if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah.
And baby, go boom.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, baby.